Hey there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to CNU On the Lawn, your best and only source of CNU student perspectives from a couch every other week. I'm Wyatt.
And I'm Andrew, and this week's episode is brought to you by CNU's First Snow. It's beautiful, but freezing.
Today we have two very special guests. I'm going to get all their credentials right for you here. So first up, we have President of CNU, husband to the wonderful Mrs. Kelly, king of selfies, former member of the Archbishop Stepanek High School Raffle Committee, and our fearless leader himself, Mr. William Kelly. And we have First Lady of CNU, former preschool teacher, former Arlington lady, and Spirit of the Bear recipient, Mrs. Angie Kelly. Wow. Thank you guys for joining us.
Good job, guys.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
We do our research here.
So how'd you guys enjoy the holidays? How'd you spend your break, if you got one?
We enjoyed the holidays. We ran literally from the Tuesday before Thanksgiving through the 20th of December with just wonderful events and everything we had the opportunity to do. So when we got to the 21st, we just went. And then Angie, you can tell them what we did on the 27th.
Well, we had a great Christmas and Christmas Eve. First time in a very long time, we actually were alone. But it was okay. Yeah. And then we had Christmas Day. We did a ton of FaceTiming, and then we had dinner with some very good friends. And then on the 26th, we packed to go to London to see the marching captains in the New Year's Day parade.
Awesome.
And they were amazing.
They did great.
It
was the only day it rained in a week that we were there.
Oh my God.
And they were freezing cold. They were the 72nd or 73rd act out of 80.
Jeez.
And they just nailed it. They were fantastic.
Awesome.
So we're very proud of them.
Yes.
All
yes.
right. So what does the day-to-day role for you guys look like? For President Kelly, what does that look like as president? And for Mrs. Kelly, what does that look like as First Lady?
Sure.
As the First Lady's husband or as the president?
First Lady's husband.
Okay.
Let's get the pecking order right.
That is, I got to be on my game all the time. But no, Angie and I really enjoy working together. And that's one of the reasons when it came time to leave the Coast Guard and look for another opportunity, we decided I wasn't going to stay home and eat lunch with her every day. Although we did have lunch together today.
We did.
But we were going to find an opportunity where we could work together. So, my role as the president is really as much outward facing as it is inward facing. Tomorrow and the next day, I'll be spending all day up in Richmond with legislators, with donors, with friends of the university, promoting what we do so exceptionally well here, and seeking the support that we need from both from Richmond and literally across the nation for alums and supporters of the university.
What about you, Mrs. Kelly?
My day is never the same. I usually have mornings to myself. That's kind of like my time. And then after that, I attend meetings, I attend different things here on campus. I also go out into the community and do things with the community. By 4 o'clock, our evening is usually something here on campus, whether it be the arts, athletic events. We attend a lot of receptions, and I'm here to support my husband most of all, and of course the students. So that's my top priority. But it's never the same. So I really don't have a great answer for you, but
I think that was a plenty good answer.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It
Sounds like it.
It is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So now that you've been in the role for over a year now, what is one thing that you're most proud of, and one thing if you could get a mulligan you'd do over again? Because we know you've done a lot of great stuff.
Well,
but if you get one free mulligan to start over.
So I would say I really came into the job after being in an organization for as long as I was. I really wanted to listen and learn. I wanted to learn what it meant to be a captain, what it meant to be in southeastern Virginia again. We had lived here from 91 to 94, had our first son over at Riverside, but really kind of learn what the community is about, learn what it means to go up to Richmond and engage with legislators up there, and then engaging with donors. And I think we did a pretty good job of listening and learning. And this year now, it's about building on those relationships that we started to really make the connective tissue with last year, and we're enjoying that. Mm-hmm. I think about what is one thing that I'd like to do over or have a redo. I haven't done everything yet, right? So there's still some things that like we're going to do the TEDx Was it next Friday? No, this Friday. This Friday we're doing it.
Yeah.
This Friday.
This Friday. And so we haven't done that yet. I haven't seen it. So just getting out and having the opportunity to do all the wonderful things that we do here is one of the things that I don't know if that's really a do-over, but it's an opportunity to kind of see how we do it and then adjust, for how we maybe engage next year or maybe what we do on the campus differently next year.
Sure. And I think, and this is no shot at President Tribble, but as your predecessor, I think the one thing, if you polled a lot of the students on campus, I think the one thing they would absolutely give you credit for over maybe some of the previous presidents that have come before you is your approachability. You've been everywhere on campus. We love seeing you on campus. I mean, it's not every day you get to just sit down with the president and talk to him. Yeah. So between your office hours, the Wednesday walks, I think you've done a great job of being approachable.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, yeah.
All right. How can students, and speaking of things like the Wednesday walks and your approachability, how can students best support your mission for the university? Yeah,
that's a great question. And I'm just going to put a caveat out there. The Wednesday walks, the provost is going to cover for me a couple times here in January and February, because I'm going to be up in Richmond a lot and then out on the road with donors. But when I have the opportunity, I'm going to be there for everyone because I really, really enjoy it. So, what can students do? Just get engaged, right? Make sure you get out of your residence hall, make sure you get out of your little bubble. Look for things like you guys are doing here. For those who don't know, there's a lot of other people in the room besides us four. Find the things that you want to engage with. And then I would ask you to, as we get ready to roll out our strategic compass, our strategic plan, take a moment to read what the captain's log has to say about it. Take a moment to attend one of the town halls and see what our university is going to do, because you're getting ready to graduate. You're going to be a captain for life here pretty soon. This is your alma mater, and so getting engaged with what folks do on campus, and our students do a great job of that right now. But as a president, what I would ask them to do is we're getting ready to roll out our strategic plan, where we want to go. I know that's not glitzy. I know it's not super exciting. But there are a lot of really neat things in there that I think are going to apply not only to the students that are here, but to our alums.
Awesome. And as we talk about, moving the mission forward, recently we were announced about the $3 million donation, a huge donation. Yeah. Could you guys speak to that a little bit?
We sure can. I think sustainability and the environment are important to both of us. And I'll give you a little background on kind of how that played out. So maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, the student sustainability group and a couple others came to me and said, President Kelly, what do you think about recycling? And I'm like, I love recycling. I'm all in on it. My dad used to make me as a little kid. We'd have to collect all the bottles and we would take them down. You get a nickel. And then we did it with our sons, right? We'd collect all the bottles and throw them in trash bags and go out and get, and then we'd go get pizza or something like that. So, it's just something that was part of our DNA and what we did. So we really had an interesting conversation around the table, because it was almost like, hey, the leash is off. Go do whatever. And at our sporting events this fall, we did going greener and trying to go greener in 24, and we're going to stay greener in 25. And that inspired Dr. Redikoff and his family's foundation to say, I think they wanted to see what our commitment was. Mm-hmm. And once they saw what our commitment was, his family stepped forward with a wonderful $3 million gift donation. And I just had a meeting today with Dr. Filer, who's in charge of our facilities and campus operations. And again, this is not glitzy, but we're going to replace all the lights in I think Potomac and York with LED lights. That's going to save us about $20,000 per wing. So 4 wings, per annually. Right, that's $80,000. Okay, the money's great, but what are we doing for the environment? Sure. And we're looking at, so we're building a new. Most of our students probably don't know, all of our maintainers, all our maintenance folks work behind the 7-Eleven across the street on East Campus. Mm-hmm. So that building's getting ripped down, and when we rip it down and put up the new one, it's going to have a solar array on top of it. So that's awesome. One solar array that we're going to put in, and we're looking at a couple other places on campus, whether it's the parking garages or top of Freeman Center, but that's the next evolution of those efforts.
It's awesome to hear.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And you both have very stressful roles. We're president of the university and the supporting role to that presidency and a multitude of other things. What do you guys do to unwind at the end of the day and get rid of some of that stress?
Go ahead.
Well, that's a great question. We realized, after December 20th, we just needed to take a pause, because we say that to many people, just take a pause, right? Take a breath. But we realized we needed to do that as well. So we just, our evenings when we have a day off, it's pretty simple. We always have dinner together,
Yep.
always. And then, yes,
Wordle.
we're big fans.
Big fans of Wordle.
We like Wordle. We like Jeopardy. We kind of just talk about, how was your day and everything. And then usually he does have to go back to work. So he goes into his study and I do, what I do. But we always try to at least spend an hour together so that we can just
A
have
good
some,
hour,
yeah.
good hour.
Sometimes we go for walks, right?
When it warms up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a nice way to kind of center yourself and focus on each other a little bit.
Yeah.
We full transparency, it got so busy. We were, a little bit of each other, and so we took some time over the holidays and just reconnected and realized. I mean, we've been married 36 years and been together for 38 years, and
Yeah.
we kind of like each other
A little bit.
and a little bit, and so spending that time together is really important, and it allows us to show up as our best selves, when we're students, faculty, staff, folks in the community. Like on Sunday we went, we had a wonderful breakfast and just kind of hung out at home a little bit and caught our breath, and then we went to an event in town. But then we scooted over and watched the last quarter of the basketball game,
Sure, yeah.
and got to see our captains win again. It's just neat to see the cheerleaders are back and the students are back and folks from the community. So the nice thing is we're starting to be able to walk into rooms now and we know people.
That's
Right?
great.
We're not introducing ourselves.
It's very helpful.
It's really that takes. I think we underestimate the stress that you talked about stress that kind of adds to people's lives when you walk into new situations. Right, you're going to get ready to walk into a new situation after graduation, and there's a stress component of that is starting to go away for us, and we feel really good about that.
That's great. Yeah.
Do you two, this is a question for both of you individually, do you have a specific passion project that you're looking forward to in 2025? Something you really want to put all your effort into?
I do. I'm not sure that it's for everyone to know of right now, but yes, we have something that's very exciting in the works. We're very much looking forward to it, and it actually will involve the community. So we're really looking forward to that. And something else that I do is I have a group with the students. There's about 20 students. It's called Tide Talks. And I actually do it at 3 Oaks. And so that is something that I will continue to do. It's an opportunity for students to get off campus, to be together. We talk about like what happened that was really good. What's something maybe you're a little stressed about, and then we have conversations, and then we have fun. We did a Friendsgiving, we did a Christmas thing, swap, which I think you all did as well. And our next one is we're having game night. So
nice.
It's just it's an hour with students to get off campus and enjoy themselves. So
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
That's great.
How can students get involved in that?
Yeah.
So well, I think probably the best way is. The President's Fellow is Logan Gill, and you can email her, and then she can connect you. So,
Awesome.
yes, if there's someone that might be interested,
Great.
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's good. And so for me, it's the strategic compass.
Yeah.
Just getting out and sharing the good news about the university is something I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be exciting for me personally to tell the story of the university. And I think having been here now, it'll be almost 2 years by the time we start to work on that or start to roll it out. It's pretty cool to be able to get up in front of people and say, hey, you thought you knew about Christopher Newport University. Let me share a little bit more. Let me thank you for your support, and let me tell you where we're going in the future as we build off all the great work that's been done before us.
It's awesome.
So, what is your guys' favorite place to go on campus or be at on campus, and why is that?
I have to think for a minute. There are a lot of places. Do you have a special place?
There's a couple places. I like to be anywhere where the students, where I can be in the background, and the students can do what they love to do, and so that might just be, walking through the tables, when folks are tabling over in the DSU. I think that's such a neat thing that we do here, and I know they do it other places, but we do it here. It encompasses leadership, it encompasses logistics, it encompasses engaging and marketing what you're working on, and I love to walk through there, and then whether it's in the Ferguson, whether it's in Peebles, whether it's in Freeman Center, whether it's out on our athletic fields, just seeing our students do what they love to do. That's what I really, really enjoy doing. And anytime I get invited into the classroom, that is the best, hands down, the best part of my day.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I would say it's pretty much wherever the students are. You walk into the DSU, and you're always, somebody's going to talk to you, and it's fun to watch the students interact. It's kind of nice to kind of take a step backwards and just kind of watch. And of course, the athletic fields and basketball games are just great because it's the whole community, and you just feel that. Another place I really enjoy, which you will be going to hopefully, is I love the alumni house. It's just so warm and welcoming when you go in there, and the people that work there are just they're wonderful. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, now we have a little bit of a sillier segment.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
calling this half-baked ideas.
Half-baked
Okay.
ideas.
So
All right.
Andrew
I need
and
a drink.
Yes, please take one. Andrew and I have come up with 2 ideas each. We're gonna pitch to you.
Pitch 'em. Okay,
They
here we
are
go.
they are half thought out, just ideas for the university. You could tell us they're the dumbest things you've ever heard.
Okay.
That would hurt our feelings just a little bit.
Okay.
But
It's fine. So we've only kind of half thought these out. I'm gonna go first here.
Okay.
So we talked about sports.
Yep.
I'm a huge sports guy.
Okay.
Love going out to the games. You'll see me at the games all the
Yep.
time. So a lot of our varsity sports have club teams as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I'm thinking at the start of each season, we have the club team play the varsity team, and if the club team wins, they're the new varsity team.
Oh, wow.
So that we maintain kind of like
Yeah.
how the Premier League kind of like sends
Sure, yeah,
teams down.
yeah.
So we got to keep the
We are
competition.
Wrexham. I'm all around it.
We are a school of champions. We cannot let teams get lackadaisical.
Yeah.
We need to have our best players on the court at all times.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we have a little competition just to keep guys in check.
Sure,
Give the club
And
teams
gals
a chance.
too, right?
And the gals, of course.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you think?
I'm thinking maybe we make this happen.
So what's your favorite sport?
Well, as a videographer, as a photographer, I love shooting basketball. I'm
Okay.
close with a lot of the guys on the team. But
So how do you think you do like guard and John Hines or something?
Okay,
like that?
poorly. I know, John. I would do terrible. I have guarded him before. But I will point out, freshman year, when they had the little like rec invite thing and they had the basketball guys there, they did a 3-point contest
Okay.
to win
Yeah.
a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I beat all the basketball guys at
you?
the 3-point
Okay.
contest. So I
Okay.
will say, you put me in there for 5 minutes, I'll get you 9 points,
Okay.
and I won't guard anyone, but I'll get you 9 points, okay? And I can pitch a little bit too if we want to
Okay.
do the baseball
Okay.
team.
Yeah.
But
Well, I will bring it up with the AD and see what he says.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Andrew?
Okay,
He needs a laugh too,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, exactly.
So
I do
this,
like the idea.
Oh, yeah.
I like the idea.
So this idea is a little bit more hands-on, and it would maybe require a little bit of talking with the legal team. So
People would need to sign a waiver
yeah.
for this
So
one.
at the beginning of your signing on to be a captain,
Yeah.
part of that would be to potentially sign a contract to say, if I, at risk to myself, potentially catch a squirrel on campus, free tuition. They're hard to catch.
It's like
with your bare hands. You don't get any tools.
no traps.
Yeah.
You have to get like video evidence.
There
of
has to be
it.
Exactly.
video
Yes.
evidence. Okay.
And
It's kind of like in Harry Potter when you're trying to catch the Quidditch thing.
Sure.
the golden
Yeah.
snitch.
Golden
yes,
snitch,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
You got to
if
be
you-
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you, so it's hard to do. If you do it, free tuition.
Wow. Free
For the rest
tuition.
of your time as a captain.
For the rest of your time.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
think
But we wouldn't be refunding like if a senior got one. They wouldn't get their last
they don't
3
get
years.
back
no.
that.
So no
Okay.
refunds.
No back.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
it prioritizes really getting after it freshman year.
Yeah.
And they'd get
Wow.
outside. You
Yeah.
know, that's an important
Sure.
thing on campus.
Yeah, I could see. I could see a
you
bunch
could
of
gather-
freshmen just first year
may
just
run out of
chasing after
squirrels.
squirrels.
It's a
Right.
great way
Yeah.
to meet people. You get a group. You kind of corner one.
Yeah. But then only one person gets the
It could
tuition.
be entertaining.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe they split it.
So what do we think?
What do you think, Mrs. Kelly?
Oh, I don't know about that one.
You're a big squirrel fan, aren't you?
Might be a little bit of a danger.
These last two, they're a little more practical.
Okay.
Yes, these are more
Yeah.
practical.
Oh, that wasn't practical?
Maybe not not as much as these ones are. That's for sure.
We're trying to pitch them an idea.
I know,
Don't
but
talk it down.
we got to upsell the next one.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So this one is CNU Eats. So I live on East Campus.
Tell me some more.
I love the dining hall food. I'd be happy to go to the dining hall. I pay for a meal plan.
Yeah.
But, I'm lazy. It's a 10-minute walk.
Right. Oh,
It's
gosh,
like,
yeah.
how can I do that?
On a
every-
rough day, it's
You're
tough.
honest.
Every day,
Yeah.
it could be raining.
Sure.
Who knows?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, and we're always looking to add new jobs for students
Yeah.
so that they can make a little money on campus. So I think we pay people to, we have an app, and then you can sign up, like maybe it's a fee on your meal plan, and then you can get the dining hall food delivered to you. So they bring it in the sustainability box.
Oh.
So then, you pay people, I don't know, the normal like $12 an hour. They bring the meal to you. It encourages us to eat from the dining hall, and I can be lazy.
I feel like it's a
That's
win-win
not
there.
completely crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
That
it is-
idea-
Getting
thing.
somewhere.
That's not completely crazy.
That might be a
I thought you were
maybe.
going to say robots to take them.
I
no.
don't think we're there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't,
We're not JMU?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think
have a
that
much-
sets us
much
apart.
more personal
Yeah,
touch.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we
More
want to encourage other students getting jobs. We don't want
Sure.
that money
I
going to
like it.
robots.
I like
Yeah.
So
What
Not
was
completely crazy.
okay.
Great.
name again? What's the-
CN Uber Eats because
I like
CN
that.
Uber Eats.
Yeah.
That's catchy.
All about marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a marketing major.
Okay, and this last one, also a popular app, Tinder, is an app for dating, but instead Tinder for roommates. So the roommate selection process, some people feel that it maybe is a little bit random and that the questionnaires you fill out are not super tailored to finding your perfect match for a roommate.
sure.
So you can sign up, and just like Tinder, where you swipe right and left as to whether or not you want to live with the person, and you just do that until you find a match, and then roommates.
Again, not crazy.
Okay.
Not
We'll
crazy.
take
Not crazy.
We love not crazy.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
for us. Yeah.
But I
I
don't
like
know.
the last two.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get somewhere with those.
Yeah. We had to start with the wild ones so that our more
Okay,
mild mannered
yeah.
ones felt more appropriate.
Good.
Yeah. It's like at Christmas when you put on the list like a 4-wheeler so that
Yes.
maybe you get like a TV.
Yes.
It's kind of like you just kind of slate them a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, it's time for the
This is a big part for us as well.
We're very excited about this one. We
Okay.
told you we did some research. So we
boy.
found a photo, and we just want to know what memories this brings back. Your time at
At your high school.
Archbishop Stepanek High
Archbishop
School.
Stepanek. That is a really, really bad haircut.
I don't know.
It's a really bad haircut.
However, he is kind of handsome. Come on.
You got to give it to him.
Well, what's also not coming through is all the acne I had back then. Today, and it was pretty bad. And that was like the cheap everybody threw on the same
Same tie and everything?
tuxedo,
Yeah.
top and jacket and tie and stuff. But I went to an all-boy Catholic high school and had a blast there and a lot of good times. All 4 of my younger brothers went to school there. So I would say, after the bad haircut and the bad tux that I was in, there was a lot of good memories associated with it.
Yeah,
That was a good job,
the,
guys.
the honest question around it is: do you ever picture yourself getting to this place from just that kid in high school?
Not even. You know what? Even when I drive on campus some days, I pinch myself and go, "How did this happen? How did we get so blessed to be at an institution that has the values that this place does, the community that it does, the campus that's as gorgeous as it is, and the commitment to excellence in everything that we do? We feel very, very blessed."
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about the strategic compass and where you guys feel that campus is going. But let's talk a little bit more specifically about where you guys think CNU is going from here. Talking about maybe a little bit touching on inclusivity,
Sure.
the expansion of campus and CNU as a whole. And we've talked about sustainability already, but if you wanted to just recap us on what the future of CNU looks like.
Yeah, so I'll hit a little bit on the inclusion part of it, right? So we tout leadership, we promote leadership here, and we develop leaders here. I firmly believe that. But the best leaders are those leaders that are inclusive, right? That bring the talents of everyone to bear on whatever the effort is, right? And so promoting that from the top down is my job, right? You got to live the values, you got to live the example of being an inclusive leader that's equitable as well, right? So giving everyone the opportunity to be their best self. And we just welcomed in 77 transfer students. And for a moment, I don't want them to ever think that they're not a full captain because they didn't start, as an 18 or 19-year-old. In that group, we had 6 veterans who served in the military. They came in. About 50% of them came from community college. The other, about 50% came from other colleges where they went and it just didn't fit for them, right? So they came here. We've welcomed in the largest number of transfer students in the August timeframe and then December that we ever have, at least on record. Yeah. And so, how do we make sure they all feel like they belong here? We work so hard, and you know it, to recruit our students to this campus. The last thing we want to have happen is them come here and not feel like they belong. And so making sure that our students, our faculty, our staff, and all those folks who come to visit feel like they're welcomed here. And again, going back to kind of, I was getting a little somber there for a moment, but this is a family, and we are very blessed to be part of this family. So the inclusion and equity part of it is a big part of what we're just going to try to infuse in everything that we do. And what we need the students to call us out on is when we don't do it.
Sure. Right?
That's okay too. Because you're right on the front lines. You're seeing it day in and day out. So if we're not hitting the mark, we need to know that so that we can continue to work on it and correct and just reduce those barriers that might be in place for a given student, a faculty member, a staff member. So that's what I'm really looking forward to, because that's going to energize and empower us to be even better than we are today.
We've been here a year and a half now, and to see where we have been, right, for a year and a half ago, and to see where we're moving to, I think it's really exciting. I think we're moving forward. I think that there are plans in place, and I just think that's what we will continue to do, is just keep moving forward and just spread the good word about Christopher Newport University.
Yeah, if I could just on that, and just to jump on that. So, when I came here, people would say, "Oh, CNU, that's the best kept secret." And I said, "I don't want to be the best kept secret." So right as I sat today, looked at the numbers, we have 1,700 more applications today than we did a year ago.
That's fantastic.
We have busted through the highest number of applications ever to the university, highest number of out-of-state applications. So we've worked very hard to get the word out. Now we got to make sure those students, when they get accepted, want to come here, and we'll work through that with scholarships and other things. But what you guys do is so critically important. I promote CNU On the Lawn at open houses and the PL. We bring on our PLP students because they get to hear from you what this university is like. Right? They're going to hear from me. They're going to hear from Angie. They're going to hear from the provost. But hearing it from you and getting a sense of what the community is like is so very important. So I know not only you, but the folks behind the scenes that make this happen. I really thank you and I appreciate it. And we have, I think we have one of the original owners of this effort. Kind of the on the Mount Rushmore of CNU On the Lawn is here with us today as well. So this is a great way to get the word out about this amazing university.
Well, we can't thank you enough for joining us and for all your support of CNU On the Lawn, and we'll be seeing you on the lawn.